Welcome to the lesson on neuron to network. So last class we discussed about what is a neuron, which is the basic building block for any neural network. A group of neurons, we also got some idea, like a group of neurons. This is a neuron. A group of neurons connected together is called a neural network. We just got some very high level idea, but we'll go deep. What is a neural network? And we also got some idea like how to build a neuron from scratch in Python. So this is what we have gone through. And we also got some intuition like, okay, a single neuron is not good enough. Actually, that's what the whole problem is. We need to have multiple neurons and such that this data can be analyzed more deeply using each neuron. This neuron analyzes the data in one fashion. This neuron analyzes the data in one fashion. This neuron analyzes the data, same data in one fashion. And finally, the combined answer give you more depth and correct answer. Okay, that's the intuition we got in the last lesson. So now in this lesson, we will continue on that intuition. So what happens when we connect many neurons? Okay, so this is what exactly we are doing. See here, we have one neuron earlier and we are sending this our inputs and weights and we're generating output. So this neuron means we are calling activation function inside. So what if we have more neurons and this stack of neurons is called a layer. Stack means like this. This is stack n1, n2, n3, n4. A stack of neurons or a column of neurons is called a layer. Okay, so what we are trying to say is instead of one neuron, imagine a column of neurons receiving the same inputs. Each neuron in the column has its own weights. It has a different pattern for the same input. Okay, different pattern. It learns. So same x1 you are sending to network 1 or neuron 1. Your same x1 you are sending to neuron 2, neuron 3 and neuron 4. But each neuron understands the data differently. Just like remember this. Okay. So here, because why each neuron is learning differently, because the weights are different. So for this x1 has one weight and this neuron 2 will be having one more weight and neuron 3 will be having one more weight for this x1, and like that for each neuron we will be having different weights. That's the reason the computation changes and the final output is also changes. Okay, trying to understand what I'm trying to say here. First, what is a layer? A layer is nothing but a collection of a network stack. So this is a layer, one layer. It has multiple. In this layer, I have multiple neurons. This is called a layer. And in layer, what is happening? Instead of just sending the same x1, x2 information to one neuron, we are sending this in same information to multiple neurons. Just like this. Same information we are sending to multiple neurons. Like the same information. Here I have three informations x1. I am sending that to all the neurons and each neuron understands that differently because the weights are different for each neuron. Okay, so that is what the meaning of a layer. Okay, stacking neurons into layers. So now let's see three types of layers we have. See, we have input layer, we have hidden layer, and we have output layer. Input layer means input data. Of course, output layer means output data. And hidden layer means here we can have more than one layer. So this stack of neurons is called a layer. So here input layer, one input for future in your data does not do any computation. It just receives the raw data. For example, house price, if you have three inputs, size, bed and age. And output layer produces the final answer. The number of output neuron depends on what you are predicting. The output layer can be more neurons actually. So it can be one or more than one. If it is image detection problem, okay, if you have an image, tell me what is cat in that image, what is dog, what is bird in that image. So like that you have multiple output neurons also. But the main thing here is a hidden layers. This is called a main where neurons are sitting. This is where all learning happens in the hidden layers. Each neuron picks up a different aspect of the data. As I mentioned, Every neuron output travels to every neuron the next layer, each with its own weight. So the weight is not repeated. You choose how many hidden layers and how many. So we have also a choice to choose how many based upon the complexity of the problem. We can choose how many layers and how many neurons per layer. See here we have two layers, and per layer we have four neurons. So the data is coming here. That it's the same data is sending to all the neurons, and this data is again sending to all the neurons. This data is sent to all these neurons in this layer. So you see, one data, we are just understanding about the data more deeply by similarly the way the brain thinks. So we are developing layers, and each stack of layers, and each layer has a stack of neurons, and we are generating output. Okay, so there are three types of layers. So a neural network has neurons. These are my neurons, and it has layers of neurons. Okay, it has layers of neurons, and this is called as hidden layer 1 and hidden layer 2. This is input. This entire thing is a network now, neural network. In neural network I have three layers: input, hidden layers, and output. And this is called neuron, and this is neuron, this is input, this is output, and I'm same information is passing to same input. So for this layer, this is the input. So this input, this is passed to all the neurons. So for this layer, actual data is the inputs, and we are combining all these things and giving to output layer. We can also have multiple output layers. So this output can be sent to multiple output. This neuron can be sent to multiple output layers. Okay, so we can have all things combined to one. Yeah, all things n1, n2, n3, n4 combined to one cat. But we can have also have more than one output neurons also. So here you can, as you can observe, the data is feed forward. So all the data is passing in a forward direction like this, from here to here, here to here, here to here, or here to here. So there is no backward data flow is not there. So that's why we call the forward pass, how data flows through. So this is the input layer, raw data, no computation. And then we have this hidden layers. We have two hidden layers. So output passed to next layer, weighted sum. So this layer has its own weights, W1, W2, W3. So those values are different for each neuron. Okay. So how do we compute that weights? We'll see that in the example. But yeah, but from understanding perspective, if you are sending to different neurons, how the data, how the same data, if you are sending to different, how the learning is different, because the weights are different for each neuron. So because weights computation is depending on weight, x star w, x2 star w plus x3 star w3. Okay, so this output, this layer output is passed to the hidden layer 2. Each also has its own weighted sum and plus activation function. So we generate the output. You know activation functions, what is ReLU, sigmoid, softmax. So this is about a neural network or a network. A network is made up of neurons which are stacked as layers, and each layer has stack of neurons, and this entire thing together is called neural network. Yeah, so this is what I'm just mentioning here. Step 1 takes output, multiply each input, sum of them, add bias. So these are all at functions of a neuron. Okay, and then after computing, each neuron passes the information to the next layer. Each neuron in this layer, like this, each neuron in this layer pass the information to the next layer. This is the input layer sending it to hidden layer 1, and each this output is sending to the next layer. So these are all neural network. This is all network now. All are connected together. Full network, this is called. So next we'll see how to build a pure forward pass in Python, or one full network using pure Python. I'm not using any PyTorch, Keras, or sensor libraries. Just from under, understanding perspective of theory in a more practical way, I have came up with one simple Python function, same like similar to what we discussed in the last lesson. See here, I have my house price, and I have three inputs here: square feet, number of bedrooms, and the age of the building. Okay, and these are my inputs, and these are my activation functions. I have defined both two activation functions, ReLU and sigmoid. Okay, so these definitions you have already seen. here. This is where the definitions are coming here. Okay. So now what happens is these are my weights. You see. So what is my network here? Here I have only one hidden layer, and that one hidden layer has 4 neurons. Okay. So here I have 2 hidden layers, right? Okay. But for my problem, for what I am trying to build, I have one hidden layer with 4 neurons and one output layer, 3 input layers, and how these are connected. This is my network shape actually. This is how my full network looks like. So I need to build this network now. So for that, first I'm defining some functions, activation functions. So this is my input layer. And what is the hidden layer? In hidden layer, all you need to do is you need to define two things. You need to define weights. So for each neuron, as I mentioned, each neuron has its own weights. So why this size is 3? Because your input has 3 data, 60. So this is for weight for this data. This is weight for this too. So for each neuron has a different weight. It means for in one neuron, it treats this as low data. And in one neuron, it treats this as high data. And in one neuron, this treats this as a negative data. So for each neuron understands this data differently. It means this data has different weights. Each neuron has different weights such that it understands this data in a different perspective. That's why we are calling it as a deep learning. We are understanding this data very deeply. In machine learning, where we don't do all these things, we just directly send this data to the model and model fit generate the output. But in machine learning, in deep learning, it's different. So we are not even training the model here. We are just understanding the concept of a neural network, how to build a network here. So next, after defining the weights and biases value for that network, so we have what we need to compute now. We need to compute the outputs. So how to compute the outputs? You need to run one for loop, and then you need to calculate ReLU, and you need to merge all those changes. And then finally, these are my output layer. So output layer also has output weights and output bias. Because we are here, we are merging all these changes in the output layer. So output layer means this is also, it should have weights and bias for the output layer also. So finally, I am getting this output. So finally, this is my Z value. Z is nothing but summation of all my weights and all my input data and weights plus output bias. Okay. So I am doing very simple thing here. I have just 3 input, 1 neuron and one output layer. I don't have hidden layer 2. So I'm just sending this data to all these neurons, and then I'm just collecting all the data, merging it, and then sending it to activation function. Same thing we are doing it here. So this is nothing. This output is not. This output is not output of a neuron. This is an output of a entire neural network. Okay. So let's run this. See, this is the input layer, and the hidden neuron 1 output is 800, and the activation function output is 800.2. So each neuron has analyzed the data differently, and finally it gave the hidden layer output like this. And this Z value, this is sent to sigmoid. We got 1, and then we send it to 63.96. It is coming from ReLU. So these are the predictions. This is the output layer of our one neuron network, which has only one layer, and which has in that layer we have 4 neurons. See, here we are not predicting the house price yet. Here all we did is we just understanding how to build. So let's build a forward pass in Python function. We are just building only one particular very low one segment of the neural network. So we just define the neural network, we just tested it, we pass some data, we just go. This is not like we are not training the model itself. We are not training the network here. So just trying to understand the concept how to build a neuron. Here we just built a neuron from scratch. Here we built one neural network from scratch. Okay. So next thing is what just happened? Yeah, we waited some. So all these things we discussed. So next is what is the network shape. So yeah, as you can see, if it's a simple problem, we can have two layers and each layer has four neurons. And this is input layer, this is output layer. If it is a medium problem, yeah, you can have more outputs also. But yeah, if it's a medium problem, then see, I have put three layers and I have added more neurons. So that way it means more analysis on data will happen. If it is a complex problem like images, audio, video, so in that case you should have a lot of neurons connected together. So I have like here the 1 to 5 layers of network, 5 layers I have, and in each layer I have almost 10 neurons, and all these things are connected together, and this is called a neural. So this is a neural network, this is a neural network, this is a neural network, but each network has a different size and shape. So that depends upon the problem. As I mentioned, how to, so we have to pick the number of layers and number of neurons in each layer. Okay, but it has to same, the neurons has to same in each layer. So this is how you decide the network shape based upon the complexity of the problem. Simple problem means like yeah, house price, all those things. You can come up with 2 to 3 layers is good enough. So based upon the complexity, you need to decide. You need to go for more neurons or more layers. So this is what we have learned. What is layer, input layer? What are hidden layers? What is a fully connected neural network, forward pass, and a sample code for it? And what is a network shape? So now we got some idea what is a neural network, what computations what are done by a neuron, and how that computations are passed to the next layer, and how the final output is computed. Okay, so this is about just how neurons are working and how neural network is working. So we are not yet into the training part, that we'll cover in the how to train this network now. That we'll cover in the next class. Thank you.